Good morning, my friends. TheFreind here, and today we'll be commentating yet another Jaina game. This one is going to be on Dragon Shire, and we are fighting some very special opponents. We've got Overclock's crew here, alongside with Alphabet, Gandalf Spartan, Metalarden, and Battletag. Our team is Anduin, Garrosh, Butcher, Jaina, and Falstad with its Falstad. We got a guest appearance from the big man himself. Against this enemy team composition, I immediately noticed Tychus is short range, Urella's melee, Deckard, you don't really ever see him, but he's technically melee, and Varian's also melee. So already I have two frontliners I am able to take advantage of. This is basically the golden number, as I've spoken many times before. You want this so that you can land maximum value ice flows. Because of the fact that my team is... how should I say this? They will benefit a lot from the slow. Garrosh has no mobility of his own, so providing extra crowd control is pretty nice. Butcher has trouble following after people, so extra slowing will help him. Falstad likes to kite people around, and especially since he's going W build, I don't think it's all that great, but it's Falstad, so he can make it work. I went for Lingering Chill. I felt like the team could really benefit from the additional CC that I can provide and splash around. On the other side, the enemy team is super short-ranged. If I'm able to cripple them, it will really slow down their game plan. Alrighty, standard level 1 engagement. Let's roll. You follow up on Garrosh. Whatever he tosses, that's what you kill. Or what an Anduin roots. That's also another thing you could look for. But if nothing comes down, just Blizzard the minion wave in the middle so that you can stack your Fingers of Frost quest. I did not pick it up, but this is something you should always do. Alrighty. I am gonna do lock camera instead, and then yeah, let's keep it like that. For now, we've got Falstad on the off lane against Urel, perfectly fine. The 1-1-3 split is probably going to be between me, Anduin, and Garrosh, whilst Butcher might go solo lane just a little bit to get a little bit of meat. We don't know where the enemy team is. Tychus is very much so a blow-up character. He'll unload his entire kit in like 7 seconds. And most of his damage comes from his trait. So if he's able to get his meaty claws onto somebody, especially with a short amount of crowd control, they're able to take them out real quick. On Dragon Shire, it's very important that you take out the siege camp as soon as it spawns at 1 minute, because the shrines start priming at 1:30. And if you're slow on this, enemy teams on this shrine first, enemy teams on may or may not be on this top shrine. Got a little bait coming up. Huge misstep here. This could be a little bit troublesome, but we have Garrosh and Anduin. Absolutely no problems here. So as I was saying, on Dragon Shire, it's very important that you start the camps before. If these shrines come up, and you are late, and they step onto it, now they control this ground, and you have to fight into them, which is somewhat challenging. And not only that, when it's default onto theirs, all they need to do is take this top lane, and then boom, they very quickly need to send somebody mid to take care of it. So, don't do your camps whilst the shrines are up, because you tend to have a man disadvantage unless you have a really good soloer. In this case, Jaina can solo pretty well. She could take out the siege camps in about 15 seconds, whilst the rest of the team can stay put. But that's one thing to keep in mind. Alright, what do I do here? We want to take out these siege giants here. Their existence is kind of troublesome. Butcher's not a very good hero in the 4-man. If he can very easily get popped off, he doesn't really have much to do. And he wants to stack up his meat, so he's kind of doing this roaming role right now. Ooh. Very unfortunate here. Garrosh tried to toss the siege giants over so that it'll get closer to the tower and that they can take them out. Unfortunately, he tosses a minion instead because of the targeting, so that's very unfortunate, and then he immediately gets punished. Right now, we're supposedly okay. We got all 3 lanes locked down. This is the type of map where you need timing, where you are simultaneously winning in all 3 lanes. You don't have to be beating them, you just need to have the right timing to be everywhere at once. Excellent double root here. Unfortunately, I get blasted. Amazing Sapphire Cube from Deckard. Slows me down substantially. Overclock on Tychus comes dashing right around the corner. He immediately gets on top of me. I'm slowed. I'm trying to use my combo on Kel'Thuzad, but I go down just like that. And Baron also followed up on me, so my death was basically inevitable. And this is what happens when you have a weaker 4-man. You don't need to force out the objective quite yet. Just take out the board if you can, and then you get like extra seconds. Got a very bold Butcher charge. The Jaina synergizes super well with it. Duck and weave in here whilst I wait for my cooldowns. See if I can take out this shrine, but honestly it's a lost cause. If I die, you know, they're just gonna recap it back. Get a great save from the Garrosh. Not much we can do. So right now the early game is very rough. We have a unstacked Butcher, and Jaina does not yet have her level 7, so that's very problematic.
Let me help you.
Here I call for the team to take out the Bruiser camp, because honestly if they take objective, they take objective. There's not much we can do about it. Bot lane forward is lost, so if we want to get here, we need to clear out this minion wave. If we pass it, just like this, very audaciously, the enemy team will have vision of us, and they'll just prepare themselves to collapse on us. This is a very dangerous place to be. 2 bushes obscuring your vision. They know exactly where you are, who is on it, by the way, because this provides vision. And then they can easily just pincer you from these 2 sides, or even from the bottom. So extremely dangerous to challenge it without control of the lane. Amazing dragon pull. We get out scot-free. I'm taking out the minion wave. Right now, I took Arcane Intellect. Because I don't have a mana talent at level 1, I need to figure out a way to make sure that I have mana this game. And Arcane Intellect is your second chance at level 4, and this is a much more extreme variant. Just look at this. I use my whole combo rotation. I'm at full mana right now. That's amazing. And not only that, Arcane Intellect is phenomenal against these beefy teams. Yorel especially is a very big concern. She has lots of armor, healing, and just high health baseline. So if you toss out 2 or 3 rotations of abilities, you're going to run out of mana. And then suddenly, you don't have enough for the rest of the enemy team. Arcane Intellect solves your mana problem completely. Gives you a little bit of spell power, but I don't really think about that too much. More importantly, we're level 7. I suppose this is unlocked, so now I'm actually a good team fighting hero. If I'm not mistaken, this is when they take the dragon. Yes, okay. Do what I can down here. Drop a final blizzard. This should be enough to take out the wave. Start rotating mid. Great toss here. The variant is a tough bastard. Yeah, he gets out scot-free, no problem. Jaina's great on Dragon Shire for 2 reasons. 1, she's very good at taking out all the mercenaries. And 2, she can stack off her quest talents to improve Ice Block off of the Dragon Knight. So every time I'm peppering it with damage, I'm just getting closer to my Ice Block. It's very essential because we had a very rough early game. So being able to take advantage of it will be great. Tossed around. Slowly whittle it down. So long as you defend against the Dragon Knight well, you don't lose a fort. Early game Dragon Knight is not the most powerful. Peppering my damage. I step up only because I have Lingering Chill. Otherwise, the frost would have expired, and then suddenly they're at full speed. There's no point to Cone of Cold them because I wouldn't get that as big of a cooldown reduction there. If you do have Lingering Chill, you can do that, but be careful about doing that, especially if Baron just turns around. Enemy team goes for a rebound to immediately take back mid-fort. I am bot lane right now, soaking the wave, and now we hit level 10. We get the ultimates. Water Elemental on the side in the bush. They're all slowed. Amazing flanking opportunity. I'm destroying them all. And I retarget the Elemental. So that fight went great. What happened here? Toss down the Elemental here, so they don't see it coming right away. And 2, I'm able to get into a side position. You see, Cone of Cold with Ice Flows is double in width. So if you're able to approach from the side, you have this entire arc in front of you just at maximum value. You're not only hitting the front line, but you're also splashing on the back line, which you typically do not reach if you were with the rest of the team over here, you'd only be splashing the front line. But here, you're splashing the front and back, which is super important. Also, Elemental had complete rain. Nobody could focus it down. It just slowed everybody. And you can just see the value off of that. The whole team was able to collapse on a 6-second slowed enemy team, and they were able to just very easily clean it up. It was definitely a little bit of an awkward timing. I liked the fact that they were attempting the fort here. Quite shocked they didn't bring it down before else. But I was able to pick up level 10 from the bot lane here, and then we went from that.
Why don't we chill out, quickly, I need help.
Falstad started the camp over here, so we go over. Truthfully, we probably could take most of the fort here. But by taking the enemy bruisers, we're taking it away from them, which gives us an advantage next objective. It's unlikely to do anything to the forts, so long as this gate here is here, you know, it doesn't have much support. But we take it away from them, so that's nice. Siege camp on the bot lane is pushing out. What is the game plan here? The level 13 Icy Paint is your typical take. Absolutely no reason to deviate from the formula. Uriel is basically dead, so I kind of stopped focusing her and instead went for the Kel'Thuzad. However, she gets away, so it was probably my mistake. Enemy team is going for mid fort again. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Phenomenal. A flanking Jaina is the most dangerous Jaina, in my opinion. So any opportunity you have to collapse on somebody like that, will do it. It is so powerful. The 2 enemy heroes dead. Should be very easy contesting both shrines, so we can take Dragon Knight. This will lead into another fort. Uriel is up here with Sanctified Ground. 50 armor on this? Oh my god. Do you see this madness? Oh my god. We can't do anything to this. Good news is Falstaff provides a lot of sustained damage, so we're able to slowly will her down. And then we had a Butcher and Anwin ready to kill them. Not too bad. I have Ice Block now. Super important. Against Kel'Thuzad with a potential roots. With Varen charging me in. And if Tychus decides to jump on me, I have a way to protect myself. Garrosh and Anduin provide excellent peeling, so honestly they take care of that role very well the whole game, so I don't need Ice Block too much, but there are some opportunities. Here, Tychus step forward a little bit too much. Ice Block myself to avoid the Frost Blast from Kel'Thuzad. We take out Tychus here. Which is the most important damage dealer they have down here. I don't think Kel'Thuzad has his 30 stacks, so he's kind of weak right now. Falstad takes both. Very easy clap. And mid lane should be a pretty easy take. Yes. What's next? After this, that main blast is your default pick against melee heavy teams. Super, a lot of crowd control. Kel'Thuzad made a big misplay. You can't just disrespect a Butcher like that. Attack goes out. Great taunt there. Tychus is no more with that short range. Here we see the Siege Giants are currently pushing. Uriel interrupts us, so we do another fight here. Icy Veins pops. Focusing fire the Uriel down. You must avoid the Deckard sleep at all costs. There's really no reason to be slept. Yeah, the enemy team's doing a valiant defense here. Tychus is back up. Siege Giants are still pushing, by the way.
Our enemy nears. I think they're right.
But yeah, Uriel did a good job. Just, although she did die, she did cause some damage bot lane. I go top lane to soak a little bit more experience. I know my team is currently bot lane. Before we took the shrine up here, honestly, we probably should have taken this bruiser camp before we take it. Whilst we are mid lane with the Dragon Knights, the bruiser camps can go top lane. They can't really divide numbers up when fighting the Dragon Knights, with the exception of maybe the offlaner with good wave clear. And Uriel is not really one of those. If you don't have all of your people fighting the Dragon Knights, he just will punt the most damage-dealing hero on the enemy team. And then suddenly you don't have damage to deal with the Dragon Knight. It's just, bashing away at your fort. And as soon as he comes back, you'll just punt him again. So you need a second damage dealer to lay waste on it whilst its kick is on cooldown. If you don't have that, you're in trouble. So dividing up your team where there's less heroes than average makes it very dangerous. So the Bruiser Camp is very advantageous in this case. Here I start the Bruiser Camp on my own. I'm like, hey, you know what? This will be pretty nice. And then suddenly I get jumped on by the entire enemy team. Yeah, I'm a dead man. Goodbye. No hope here. Very good rotation from the enemy team. They follow the Fog of War. They cut vision completely.
Good choice.
And they came straight to me. I thought they might have gone Bob, maybe to our siege camp, but I didn't anticipate our Bruiser camp of all things. Alright, Shrine is coming up. Jaina's a pretty fast siege giant clearer, so my first destination is to go down here. Or my team picks it up first, we shall see. Either way, we want to stack bot lane down here because we have 2 camps available. And so long as we control bot lane here, they cannot control Dragon Knight. We currently have a talent tier advantage, 16 against 15. If we could take a fight now, that would be amazing. I also pick up Numbing Blast, so it'll be a very easy game for me. Just focus on landing your stuff on chill targets, and then you'll be able to really put down the pain. I think the team here is going to intercept Urel, so I choose not to go bot lane. Somebody capped it, and I don't want to challenge that. Rotate mid lane quickly. I don't know if anybody's here. Fortunately not. They're taking both the camps down there. Yeah, that could be a little bit tricky.
Destroy this fort.
We have a lot of timing before this reaches our keep, so I have a feeling we could probably take out this fort up here. If we do, it will make holding onto the shrine much easier. Butcher staying in the bush to make sure that nobody's ganking us. Great little stun there. Follows up with the stun, and then the silence. Urel has no hope of putting down the sacred ground for that armor or healing. And now they're committing. So we gotta go back to stop it. Very nasty push, I'm not gonna lie, because that's a great sieger. The laser's down. And I do not have elemental here, so this could be a little bit challenging. Quick root. Right now my objective is to take out this laser drill so that they stop the bleeding on the keep. And then we'll see what we can do about fighting afterwards. Butcher has just arrived on the scene. Now it's time to force this bot lane shrine, and then we can take mid lane. Especially with the rail down. Don't know if they're in that bush, so I check it. Huge silence. I activate Icy Veins, walk up. Plot down the elemental across the wall because it just came up, and I might as well kill Tychus with it. That was great. What happened there was Baron tried charging onto Butcher, which was the correct play, but then Garros tossed him back, so Baron followed him. And because of that, the team had to engage in that questionable place. Because if they don't, Baron dies, and then it becomes a very easy shrine take. And then we wipe the floor with the enemy team. So very excellent plays from Garros all around. What can I say? And Anduin doing his part in keeping us alive. Never give the healer credit, by the way. Here I think my boy Butcher's a little bit too zealous. And of all things, Anduin gets stunned, so that's extremely unfortunate. Got the keep here, so I'm feeling we can probably take out bot lane. Falstaff's doing a good job pushing down here. Level 20 is going to be Winter Mutes for more damage, more crowd control, more chilling. Massive combo there. Ooh. Earlier, the Dragon Knights kicked Urel, and she had the angle in which she landed over here. So I'm not sure if I was paying attention to this. I just suddenly get jumped by Urel, and I need to protect myself. Drop the Winter Mute to give you a substantial amount of added damage. Amazing Light Bomb. I activate Icy Veins. And I'm just kiting them around. I step a little bit too close to Varian to get taunted. It doesn't matter though. Power of Winter Mutes, just way too strong.
A well-timed heal. Back to the grave. you.
And Garros is all the way back here. I think he was in the Dragonite, so it probably went down whilst he was in it. And then he went ring around the rosy there. Massive Sapphire Slow. This is rough, a little rough. I'm okay though. Right here.
Keep it up.
Ideally, we want to take down this keep here, but this Dragon Laser is becoming a little bit troublesome. We should probably take the Siege Giants here. Take out the Minion Wave, because why not?
A well-timed heal, friend.
Really should be going to this Giant camp right now.
Be there
There
shortly.
we go, I figured it out. So with the enemy team dead, they're going to have to respond to this immediately, and then we'll just chain around all the camps on the map. Very important that you stick in bushes when you don't know where the enemy team is. You don't need... I'm the damage dealer here, I can take care of this myself, but I don't know if the enemy team is coming. So if you stand in this bush here, I'll know if you're coming.
I'm on my way.
Typically, it's the tank's role to do that, because they are the most likely to survive, just in case the enemy team does jump on them. And also, they have crowd
Help
control.
me if you can.
If the enemy team face checks them and they're ready to go, you know, they're in the perfect position to really lay down everything they have.
Prepare yourselves, healers.
But we know the rest of the enemy team is dead, so the healer can be in it relatively safely. Look at this. We got... Butcher took Bruiser Camp top lane, so it's threatening this keep. We have two. We have a big wave down here. So we're going to threaten this relatively injured keep. Then once we take care of it, we'll go back to take the shrine, and then we can threaten the Dragonite here. A little bit of posturing. Use my abilities on the keep. I want to make sure that I don't waste them on the enemy heroes trying to distract us. Down it goes. We have no reason to be here anymore.
Someone get over here and help me.
Off he goes. The Bruiser again pushing top lane, but it's really no biggie. I could take the Dragonite, but I'm so strong in the fights that I don't really need to. Varian does a very desperate check to see if he can stall us. And then here, oh god. Do you see this? Do you see this right here? I am literally a pixel of my hitbox in this goddamn sleep. Look at that. You can literally see the white line at the edge there. And I got landed and I got slept here. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But it's no biggie, right? No. You see? Decker does a full channel of that. So, a full channel means I'm slept for 3 seconds, then 2 seconds afterwards, and he picked up the level 20 silence. That silences me for another 3 seconds afterwards. I am locked down for 8 seconds here. And I very easily die here. Oh man, that is actually diabolical there. The team had an amazing engagement there, if you saw what happened there. All I had to do was, you know, stand away from the stay a while, listen, wait for it to expire, come back in, you know, kill the enemy team, just like I always do. But I got blasted there, and I really, really got mad after that. Super unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie, that, you know, that's a once in a lifetime kind of event, so take it on the chin. But right now, we're in big trouble, because we're down 3 people. They take these shrines, they go bot lane, take out the Skeep, they take out 4. Easy job. Game is lost. And we are freshly dead too. Right now, by the way, Falstad did not pick up his talents here. And I was kind of strained. I was kind of perplexed. Why are you not picking up your talents? We're making the game much harder for us. But it turns out he was waiting to see if he could complete his W quest before he commits to it.
Shall reduce you to
And only after does he complete it, does he pick them up and come back home. Check this out. So this keep is gone, you know, we know that. 71, 72, 74, it's done. What does he do? Picks up all the talents, picks up the upgraded mounts, immediately comes to the base. Look at that, that's cool. Much respect.
It takes more than that to keep me.
Alrighty, I'm alive. Good thing they're not going for core right away. They were a little slow in their shrine take. So I pump out what damage I can. Massive damage on Dragonite. I just need to wait until the fight, you know, starts warming up. If I go full speed, not much is going to really happen. I just need to wait for my tank to provide their CC. Elemental on the side, so I can apply the damage. So right now, situation is as follows. Stay away from the Deckard. and see if I can apply my damage here. Alright, let's see what I can do here. Got some amounts of lag here, I'm sorry. Avoid the roots. Oh boy, this gets a little bit troublesome. Butcher doing his best. He does not get him, but Falstad snipes him. He takes out Tychus. He takes out Varian. Oh my god. After this entire fight, the only one still standing is Mr. Decker here. Goodness gracious.
Is taking damage.
And right now there is a keep at like 50 health here, so Decker just comes over, drops his geometry here. Destructors no more. The architect of destruction right here. And if need be, this man will unbrick this core one brick at a time. But he doesn't. So we're very fortunate. Falstad did a massive clutch there. Sniped Kel'Thuzad. Managed to take out Tychus. So both of the damage dealers that are gonna damage the core are gone. And then Varian just fell right afterwards. So they're definitely not taking that core at that point. Map is reset. We have all mercenary camps about to be up in just a second.
Alright, let's try that again.
And because we have fortification advantage, our ways are pushed out further than theirs are. So if they want to enter this fog war, they have to approach through the minion waves that already have vision. And also, if they don't take care of it, it's just going to damage the structures. This is the advantage of map control because you know where the enemy team is and they're forced to take care of the minion waves. Because they revealed here, they're most likely a course of actions taking out this bruiser camp. So, they got a siege camp here, they'll probably take bruisers. We're going to meet up bot lane, we have a siege camp here, we'll take over the shrine, and then we can force the bruiser camp here. Goes bruisers. We see them now, they're a little slow. Not as quick on the AoE damage as Jaina is, I'm afraid. So a 20-minute Dragonite is basically going to win the game if we secure it. Urel just showed here. We don't know where the enemy team is. And right now we have complete knowledge of the top lane. The only way they can sneak up here is if they were to go through this left bush. Right bush is being revealed by this minion wave. And right now nobody's capturing it right now. It's neutral. So where could the enemy team be? We know from previous experience that they love grouping up and moving in as 4 or 5 people. So it's very obvious at this rate that they must be together and they must be posturing for a good engagement here, or waiting for us to rotate. Here, I know, okay, I best not go further than my tank. So I stay at very long arm's length there, making sure my tank has ample amounts of room for me to follow up. Look at that. If I was right next to Garrosh, Baron comes around the corner, he taunts me, we lose the fight. But I'm keeping myself very safe here. And we can afford to play slow, because we have the mercenary camps pushing out, and we have a capital here, they do not, this thing's going down faster. If they don't do anything, eventually these things will reach their core, and then we can just force a fight, and then we'll win the game. Or even stall further. Their damage dealers reveal. We know they can't threaten us. We're going to take the shrine now. Mid is ours. Just notice how very important it is to prepare the mercenaries because they give us control of the objective. Woo! That was funny. So what happened there is, unfortunately, Urel got away. But I launched an auto attack and it followed her all the way over. You can rewatch that if you want in slow-mo. But it followed her and it killed her with my little dinky 150 damage auto attack. That was funny. Intermediate is used. I did not use Ice Veins, no need for a single target. This is a more of a team fight kind of ability. Plus, intermediate can be used whenever. Very strange pull. And when it goes down immediately, so maybe a little bit more troublesome than expected. Suddenly, we do not have a healer. And now our team is half health. Mercenaries, fortunately, they're gonna do a lot of damage to the keep here. Doesn't take it down quite yet. And the game goes. It's 23 minutes. Oh man.
A retreat is in order.
So right now, we are in the driver's seat. We have top lane in our control. They do not have any catapults, so eventually this top keep will fall. And both teams have a clear path of taking Dragon Knights and just ending the game. So it's a very heads-up kind of game. 50-50 chance, honestly, at this rate. We've been winning time and time again, and that's because of Jaina's sheer teamfight power. Butcher does an amazing bait here. Probably unintentional, to be honest. And does an incredible lamb right here. Both Deckard and Kel'Thuzad are taken down. I'm coming in from the side. I'm not the one being engaged, so I'm very happy. Drop all my abilities. Very quick kill. I need to get out of here because they're focusing me right now. I just unload every ability in my arsenal. And the damage is just incredible.
I think they learned their lesson.
Whew. I die, but not at the cost of taking down 3 people at once. Falstad approaches very quickly. He's got the W damage, so he's going to do a lot of damage to the score. And shielded too. My god, look at that. So I think the game's over. At last. Last fight there. Again, as Jaina, it's super important that you stay very far away from wherever the engagement is coming on. And you want to come up afterwards. If Jaina is part of the initial onslaught and she dies with it, you are not going to win the fight. You don't have enough time to cast your abilities. Sure, you can ice block, but the enemy team is right on top of you. They're just going to wait it out. And that's all it is. Time and time again, fight engages, I'm off in the bushes. Fight engages, I'm off to the side. Fight engages, I'm somewhere off to the side. Every single opportunity I had, I made sure that I was out of the way. If the enemy team wants to fight, they need to blow their abilities on my team. Otherwise, they just lose. And if they blow their abilities on my team, I know I could step up, and now I will definitely be safe. And I can definitely lay down all the damage I can. Because in this game, I dealt 100,000 damage. By and large, Falstad did a lot too, 80,000. But you can just notice that I just dominated compared to the rest of the team. We are the 2 damage dealers on this team. And we really need to stay alive in order to pump it out. Great plays from Falstad. He was able to hold on to the last-minute base defense. Godly move there. Anu did lots of great pulls and light bombs. Garrosh was essential to this team. A good tank is so important. Because Garrosh was able to fling people around, keep people out, taunts them up. Everything just went great. And lastly, Butcher did a great performance this game. We were able to feed him up. So he was able to get his quest done very early on. You want to play around it. If you have a Butcher on your team, you need to help them out. We were able to get it. And then, of course, we got the level 20 Slaughterhouse. It worked out really good. So that is my game. Great performance from Overclock's team. Very tight. Hope this was entertaining. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.